12:05. Hey, hi, Palak. Hi.
Hi Shubham, how are you?
Your voice is not coming on my.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. So we'll start by 12:05. Okay. Just we'll wait for a couple of minutes.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. I hope I'm audible. I think Shubham, we can start. We'll let the other people join in as and when they can.
Yeah, sure. We can start. We can
Okay.
start.
So let me just quickly share my screen. Mm, I hope it's visible to everybody. Yeah, great. Okay, so hi everyone. Firstly, thanks so much for taking out your time on a Sunday to come attend this session. So before we start it, just wanna make few things very clear. So this is a whatever I've planned for this session. Is great. I'm going to tell you all about it as much as I can. However, I would want an equal participation at your end because I want all your doubts and everything else, any question that you have in your mind to be solved by the end of this session. So feel free to, maybe raise your hand, ping the questions in the chat if and when anything that you have a question about is about anything related to the slide that has been put up. However, if your questions are a little bit, let's say, too a little bit too specific to your situation or too personalized, I would want you to keep it towards the end of the session so that I can take my time answering your questions. And I think that is about it. So we'll just quickly start. So, a little introduction about yourself. Why am I here? Why am I wasting your Sunday? Currently, I work in basically change management consulting, which is an HR consulting domain that we have. I'm also very active on LinkedIn. Apart from that, basically, I create content on LinkedIn around resume, interview prep, and your career, so on and so forth. I've also done my MBA from IIM Indore in HR, and I'm a gold medalist from there as well. Uh, I got into this mentorship and career line right after my MBA. I was also a member of Placecom during my MBA stint as well, and I have myself switched 2 to 3 jobs, so I have a little experience in that as well. So I'm here today to help you all with your resume, interview prep, LinkedIn job search, and so on and so forth. So before I actually begin the session, I would want a little input from your end so that I know what you have come up here today for. So I would want you to maybe raise your hand or put it in the chat box with regards to what is your expectation from this session. What is that one question or one thing that you would want to take away from this session? Could be around like how long my resume should be, what are the hidden techniques to get the job offerings on LinkedIn or anything of that sort. If you have any question on such lines, please feel free to put it in the chat box if there is anything, because I would obviously would like to cover anything extra also if you want me to answer a few specific domains as well. So yes, we'll quickly give it 2 minutes for you to put in anything if you have. And I will, yeah, Chetan, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Chetan and I'm working as a cloud support engineer. I left my job 1 month before
Hmm.
and I have 1.5 years of experience. I'm applying everywhere, but I'm not getting calls. I think it is due to my experience or any other issues.
Got it. Got your question, got your expectation from the session. Okay, anybody else who have any general expectation or any general, reason? We have 48 people on the call, excluding me, Shivam, and the support. There are 45 people who have come here on a Sunday. I am hoping that there is some expectation from this session. The more open you are with me, the more better it is for you. Yeah, Shafiq, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Palak.
Yeah, hi. Sorry.
Same shape of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have 3.1 years of experience. After that, I have 9 years of gap.
Hmm.
So 9 months of gap, sorry. So between this, like I'm applying for a job, and in LinkedIn, I'm not getting easy apply. That part is disabled for me, and for resume part also, like maybe my resume is not so
Hmm.
optimized. But Shubham helped me from that. But I'm not getting called too much. Like I'm applying for 50 jobs from High Risk, LinkedIn, and Naukri. So so how to get that?
Got it. Got your question. Uh, so we have how to get interview calls, how to showcase skills in your resume. Uh, Switch easy, apply, didn't get a response. Okay, so I've got a little idea of what we have as an audience. So yes, we'll be covering all of the things that you guys have mentioned. And if there is not that is not in the PPT, I will make sure by the end of it you have an answer to it as well. Okay, so
Hey, hi, hi, Kolak.
yeah, Shubham, please go ahead.
So my question is, does skills matters? Matlab, obviously it matters, but over an experienced person as a freshie or having a gap, skills
Hmm.
matter most or the continuity matters most?
Skills
Who
matter more or the
the person who has the experience matter most?
got it, got
Because
it, got it.
maybe there is a chance a person have a good foundation, a good practical aspect in
Hmm.
particular domain, and the person who is working from like maybe 1 year 2 year, he is much more, he have much more capability than the
I
person
get,
who is continuing.
I get your point.
So
I'll
which
answer.
matters the most, to whom company give the priority?
I'll give you,
I guess
I'll give
this
you
is
the
a
answer.
very basic or very impactful question, I feel so.
I'll, don't worry. By the end of it, I'll give you the answer. What strategy should I follow to make the career switch? Okay. Okay, fine. I think we have got a little idea of what we are. So basically, why we were trying to do is why resume and LinkedIn are important. I think more or less everybody knows this, but I'll still make sure to cover that. We have what the resume structure should look like. What are the various sections? How to tailor a resume and make sure it's ATS friendly. Uh, what is the RAC format of writing a resume points, some resume tips and tricks, and LinkedIn optimization and networking, and some job strategies as well. So we this is the major thing that we have for today. Now, going to the first slide that we have, I'll quickly walk you through that because you know that resume and LinkedIn. So some of you had this question, right? That we are applying for like 50, 60 jobs, but it's not happening. So I think one of the major hurdles that we have is our resume, because that is the first thing that goes to the recruiter. And if you're not getting any interview calls, like let's say if you have applied for 50, 60 calls and you're not getting any shortlist out of that, that means the problem is with your resume, because that is the first thing that the recruiter sees. And even if after 50, 60 applies, there's not even a one shortlist, it means either you're not applying to the right jobs, second, your resume is not fine. In this session, I'll make sure that but after this, you're able to understand why your resume is at fault or what are the changes that you can make. Second, LinkedIn is also very, very important at the same time, because, okay, so I'll talk to you from the perspective of a recruiter now. So we as a recruiter have two kinds of candidates. One is an active candidate, one is a passive candidate. When we talk about active candidates, that means the candidates that are actively looking for jobs, actively applying. Okay, those for me as a recruiter, those people will eventually come to me. But there is another kind of candidate, that is a passive candidate, that is not actively applying for jobs, but maybe if I approach them as a recruiter, maybe they will be willing to apply for jobs. So the recruiter are actively pursuing those passive candidates now. Now your LinkedIn makes you a good passive candidates. How? We will get to know in a few slides later, but basically LinkedIn is important so that the recruiter themselves notices you on that this is the person that might be a good fit for my company. So you should have an active LinkedIn profile, updated LinkedIn profile, so for a recruiter to notice you. Now, so we have some people who are freshers, some people who have a work ex. Now, there is a difference between the resume structure for both of them. Now, for a fresher, you start with the contact information on top. You will have an objective or professional summary. This is very honestly an optional section on your resume. Then you will have your education, then you have your internships, any awards and achievements, any key projects, any position of responsibilities that you have held, any certification and skills. We will talk about each of these in the coming slides. Now, a work ex person would have a slightly different structure. They would start with the contact information. They will have professional summary. They will have, then they will directly have work experience. So here, freshers would have education over experience. In work experience people, we have work experience over education. Then we'll have any awards and achievements during your office, during your college, anything you want to display. Then we'll have some key projects. Maybe you've done those in your maybe work ex, maybe you have done it in your college, both of them works. Then we will have any certification or skills of relevance. Okay, another point of, I will make sure to give this PPT to you after the session as well. So feel free to skip the part that have already been mentioned here. Now, a lot of you have asked me that, there was some gap in your resume. Firstly, a gap which is a less than a year, we do not write it in the resume. We frankly leave it as it is, because if a recruiter is seeing that gap and still giving you a shortlist, means he doesn't care. And more or less than a year, nobody really cares about that gap period, and they're very okay with it as well. So don't worry if you have less than a year of gap. But if you have more than a year of gap on your resume, then we will have to write maybe a simple line, like we write, if you made a profile on LinkedIn, you'll also notice that, you write it as a career break, you will write as a sabbatical, you will write it as, medical break or something like that. So depending upon your specific criteria, I will show you how you will write that as well. Now, coming to how specifically are we writing the various sections of the resume. Now, answering some of the expectations that we had towards the starting of the session. Okay, so some of you guys mentioned that, how do we display our skills in the resume to make sure we get a shortlist. This section will have an answer for you in that sense. Also, see, then again, if you're not getting a shortlist, problem is maybe you're not building your resume in a way it aligns with the job that you're applying for. Also, if you want to make a switch also in this section, I will try to answer all these 3 or 4 questions that you have already asked me. Okay. Now, the first section that we usually have is the career objective or the professional summary. So it has to be a 3 to 4 sentence summarizing your profile. It should start with a power verb. So for example, determined or let's say passionate person with this many years of work ex, working in this domain. Then in the next sentence, we will write skills, 5 skills that you possess, 5 key skills. Having skills like X, Y, Z. Then last line would highlight one of your significant impacts. Could be a work experience impact, could be talking about anything that you have done or have major, brought in this much revenue, made this much cost reduction, any of that stuff, or made any process more optimized, any of that would be highlighted in your last line. Then comes your experience or internships. For any internship or experience, we will have at least 2 to 3 bullet points, separate bullet points. It has to be quantifiable. So for example, it has to talk about increased revenue, cost savings, process efficiency, how many stakeholders you dealt with, all of that stuff. Also, if you have worked with clients or global interactions, it has to be mentioned. Then any key milestone, awards or promotions has to be included. If any client has praised you for a work that you have done, or any then again any revenue or cost savings that is mentioned has to be included in this. Then we have to also talk about other numbers apart from the ones that we've talked about, which would be increase in market share also. Let's say some social media interactions as well. If you are an engineer, maybe you save some time during a particular process. That is also something that you would like to mention. So sometimes when you're writing a resume, we just keep writing upon that, I was responsible for, let's say, okay, I was responsible for building an app for the travel booking. Okay, let's say we have built an app for that. But if you write it as built an app for travel booking, this will not make sure that you stand apart from the crowd. It should have, आपने भी app build करा, किसी और ने भी app build करा होगा, right? I hope Hindi is okay because that sometimes slips in. Okay, so yeah, so sometimes you build an app, the other person has also built an app. So if I have 2 resumes which both have built an app, I can't make sure which one is better. So to make sure that you stand apart as a candidate, you have to make sure, okay, I built an app which is predicted to, cut the booking time in about, let's say from 10 minutes to 2 minutes. And because of this reason, the company has seen a increase in bookings in the last 6 months from X to Y. All of these stuff will make sure that you have created an impact for the company. Those numbers become very, very important. At least 80% of your resume points should have numbers to make sure you have impact. Now, sometimes what funnily things happen is that we as human beings can't understand what number should I get here. In that case, I will also help you through that when we are at the point when you are writing resume points in this session as well. So I will get you through that. But make sure, just keep in mind, 80% of the points should have numbers. Now, coming to the next section that we have is academic achievements. If you have done any Power BI, data analytics, CFA certification, if you have gotten good entrance exam ranks from JEE, NTSC, CUET, all of that should be included. Any Olympiad ranks, if you were topper in any of the subject section, has to be there. Any ranks or percentages from your college or school days can be included. Now, another question that might pop up in your head is that all of these sections would make my resume very, very long. So in the industry, we follow a thumb rule, right? For every 10 years in the industry, you get 1 page. So you start with only 1 pager of your resume. If your experience is under 10 years, you will keep your resume to 1 page. If it's between 10 to 20 years, you will have 2 pages. Then if you have more than 20 years, we'll have 3. But mostly a recruiter doesn't look past the first page. So we have to make sure the first page is very, very impactful. Then, but some people might not have that much, to have write in that their resume doesn't become a 1-pager. Then you can come back to this PPT and see what are the various sections and what are the various things you can add in your resume. Then academic and industrial projects, if you have done any, with your prof, you've written any paper that can be written. If you've worked with specific client, developed any specific things, even on your own. So sometimes we have that, we have made some apps or done some work on GitHub where we have all our projects there. We can have those, the major ones included here as well. Then position of responsibility or any leadership experience that you might have. Could be any clubs or committees from your college, or any, maybe you've led a team of people in your work ex. If you have maybe led an initiative within your team, all of that stuff can come under position of responsibility or leadership achievement. Then we have extracurricular activities. If you have any sports, social, cultural events, hobbies, this is basically have to make sure that we have a balance between the entire resume. Any software, any skills, all of them certification can be added in the certifications and the skill section. Now, since I spoke a lot in a very short span of time, I just want to take a pause and ask if you have any questions regarding that, I have this achievement, where should I put it? Or is there any specific question that you have regarding sections of the resume? Does anybody have anything? Yeah, Parth, go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, Palak. So I got an promotion from software engineer to senior software engineer. So where should I put that, in which section?
Okay, so then in that case, your work experience, let's say you're working with a company, Wipro, you're working with Wipro, I'm assuming, okay?
Okay.
So firstly, you will write Wipro on the top, then you will write, so you got the promotion, what was the recent title?
Recent title was latest one?
Latest one.
Senior software engineer.
Senior software engineer, then you will write 2 to 3 lines around what you have done there. Then without mentioning the company, you then again mention software engineer, then you have 3 to 4 points for that. So under the Wipro heading only, we'll have these 2. So this would all obviously within itself show a career progression. Also in the senior software engineer role, under that the bullet point that you're writing, we'll mention in one of those bullet points, promoted from software engineer to senior software engineer within a span of this among the team of this many people, so that it shows that out of these many people you got promoted. So it shows that this sets you apart from the entire group that you have.
Okay. And I think last year I got a award for All-Star. So under this section only I need to mention
Awards and achievements.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question, anybody? If not, I'll move on to the next section. Okay. Now, I think does anybody know what ATS is? I just want to get an insight of what we know as an audience. What is ATS? Maybe a full form would do.
Application track system.
Okay, it's very good. It's an application tracking system or software. So basically, I'll tell you what happens with ATS from a recruiter's perspective. Okay, so now I am a recruiter. I have to hire for a position, but I don't know that, there are a lot of applications and all of that stuff. What will I do? So what does a recruiter do is that they give the ATS the job description, and it collects all the applications from various areas that the recruiters have received the applications from. Now it has, let's say, 1,000 applications for one particular job opening. Now what does the ATS do is that ATS reads the resume and picks up the keywords from the
I guess Palak, we lost you. Hello?
Is disconnected. Yes, I
Yeah.
think it's disconnected.
Yeah. Just a minute. Let me check. We lost you in between.
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah. Mhm.
So sorry. Okay, we'll start from ATS again. So basically, a recruiter puts in the job description in the ATS. ATS collects all the applications. Now, what the ATS gives the recruiter is that it matches the keywords from the job description to the various applications that we have gotten and ranks the application from 1 to 100. 1 being the best match, second being the little lesser match, and so on and so forth. So, for example, if the ATS has picked up, 10, Jagdish, can you go on mute, please? Okay, if you've gotten, let's say, 10 keywords from the job description, and you have all those 10 words in your resume repeated twice or thrice, it will maybe give you the rank 1, and the second person would have a little lesser match. So for us as candidates, we need to do only 2 things. 1, we need to make sure that the format that we are using is readable by ATS. Usually Word docs are good. The resume made on Word docs are good. Canva doesn't work that well. The resume which has, let's say, no tables, 1 table is still fine, but not a lot of tables, not a lot of pictures, not a lot of icons and all of that. Overleaf is fine, but sometimes some of the older versions of ATS don't really accept overleaf, but usually the newer version does. So all of that things, we need to make sure it's readable. And what we need to make sure that there is a keyword match between the job description and our resume. I will let you know how we'll do that. First, we need to make sure that we tailor our resume to to match the keywords. Now, an easier way to do is that you take the job description. Firstly, we have to prepare a master resume. Okay, so how will we do that? So let's say the job that I'm aiming for is a senior software engineer, maybe in SAP and or S/4HANA, anything, any specific technology we have. Okay, then we have to make sure we will collect 4 to 5 various job descriptions from 5 to 10 companies. Now you don't have to do anything personally. Okay, you put all of those job descriptions in a Word file, upload it in GenAI, and ask, give me 10 to 20 keywords or key skills that are being repeated in all of these job descriptions. Once you have found that, that means that is your starting point. Okay, once you've done that, now you make your resume according to all those 10 to 15 key skills, and make sure you have mentioned those in the work experience, you have mentioned it in achievements, you have mentioned it in your key projects and your certification as well. Now, when we are tailoring our resume to that one specific job description, now let's say we have Chetan here. Chetan wants to apply to Wipro. So he has made the, our master resume. Now he wants to apply to one of the openings in Wipro. What he will do is that he will take that job description, he will then put it again in GenAI and ask, give me the top 5 to 10 skills. Now Chetan doesn't have time to change the entire resume. So what he will do is that we have a separate skill section, correct? He will make sure that he has put those exact keywords in that exact verbiage in your key skill section. Once you put it there, it will ensure you a good keyword from your resume to your job description match. Now, why I said that the verbiage has to be same. So for example, let's say that you said that I interacted with 5+ teams in my last job, etc. This means you have done stakeholder management, but the job description in your current target job opening is saying stakeholder management. So the ATS will look for that specific word, stakeholder management. So if we have done that the match, what we'll do is we'll put that stakeholder management directly into the key skill section. This will ensure that we very likely would get a callback. Now, it's also important to have standardized section headings. The headers that I gave you has to be that. We do not want to add anything fancy because the ATS is not able to recognize them. We will include relevant skills and experience. We will talk about that. We will not use our photographs, any images or tables or icons in the resume. Use industry standard acronyms. So for examples, there are some company specific acronyms. So if you've been in the company for a very long period of time, we have a habit of using that. Make sure you don't do that. Either spell it out or use the industry standard acronyms. Now, doc or PDF, both are compatible for ATS. Proofreading your resume becomes very, very important because grammatical mistakes are not treated very lightly in resume. So see, also the point here is that ATS is looking for any reason to reject you. So we cannot give them a stupid mistake like, is in place of are or any of that very, very, small mistake, because one small mistake can maybe cost you your dream job. We don't want to do that. Now, we do not want to put any information or headers or footers because that is a place ATS can't read. So maybe not do that. So I know this was a little on the heavier side of the things we need to do, but I hope this was a little clear to you. Before I pause for, questions, I have explained in a little bit more detail what we have just talked about, that prepare a master resume, read various job descriptions, identify common keywords. This is another section that we want, incorporate company's value and mission. So for example, you are applying for, let's say I worked with Accenture, you're applying for Accenture. Okay. Their value is sustainability. So there was this college project that I did in sustainability. I made sure to mention it so that to show that there is already a match between their values and my values. Sometimes that also helps. You have to also select and prioritize internships and work experience that you have done to make sure that there is then again a match between the job description and your resume. Quantification is important. Using keywords as skills is important. We have talked about this. Now I'll take a 1 minute pause here to see where we are at as an audience. Do you have any questions around this topic? Because this is a very, very important topic. This is one of the most important things that we're neglecting as candidates in our resume, and that is why we are not getting the majority of the shortlists. Are we good? If you're good, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, unmute and speak or put it in the comment box. We have Alex, Parth, Raj. Yeah, Chetan, please go ahead.
As you mentioned that ATS cannot read header and footer, but in our resume and header, we mention our name and contact details. So do we have to mention below?
I'll give you a format after the call, which will give you a space to not put things in headers and footers as well. So you don't need to worry about the format.
Great.
Works? Okay.
Yes.
So let's move on because we have a lot of things to cover. I'll take the rest of the questions towards a little later. Okay. So now the next part we have is the RAC format. This is the format in which we write our resume pointers. Okay. So it is a format that has been used across all B schools, and it is a very, corporate accepted way of writing resume points. It has 3 parts: R, A, and C. Result, action, and context. Basically, result, what is the outcome of that particular resume line? What is the specific action you took to get that result? Context, what was the context or the challenge in that entire action? Now, you have to make sure that result and action at least are there in the resume point. Context, if the point is running way too long, maybe you want to shorten up on the context bit of it. Now, I want to see how well everybody has understood what you have talked about. Okay, a little bit. Now, I have 4 to 5 very basic resume points. By the way, all these points are wrong. Okay. I want you to use the result, action, context format to help me rewrite this point. So the first is handling social media accounts. Anybody wants to take a stab at it, at how it has to be written? Okay, sorry, before we do that, one small thing, we have to always start with power verbs. So this is handling, handled, managed. All of these words has to be there. I will also share with you a guide with power verbs later on post this session as well. But before that, before we go to there, give me, anybody wants to take a stab at it, how to write, how will you write these points using the RAC format? Anything, you can pick any of the 5 points and give me an idea. I want to see how, where we are at as an audience, and how we want to go ahead with this. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. Take a stab at it. Yeah, go ahead.
So in first point, I try to like experience in handling social media account to overcome the user and overcome the user problems.
Okay, good start. So we have gotten the action, handle social media account. What was the problem or the context to overcome user experience? Okay, now anybody else wants to try, or should we go to, yeah, Chetan, go ahead.
Handled social media account, collaborated with different sponsors.
Okay, another good point. So he's talked about the action, but we're still missing the result bit of it, isn't it? So let's see how will we write it using the RAC format. Increased follower engagement by 30%. This is the result. We talked about the result. What happened is increased follower engagement by 30%. How? By strategically managing and curating content across multiple social media platforms. This is the action. To do what? To enhance brand visibility and customer interaction. This is the context. This is the same line which talks about handling social media accounts. But the resume which has this point and the resume which has handling social media account, obviously, a recruiter would prefer the RAC format. Then the second point, which was developed Travel Zoo, a travel experience platform from start to finish. Does anybody wants to, see how we want to go ahead with this? This promise, this is the last one, then we'll move on to the next slides. Anybody wants to try that? Okay, no worries. So we successfully launched a travel experience platform with the 85% user satisfaction rate. The result could be not user satisfaction, result could be leading to lesser amount of booking time, leader to this percent more bookings. All of that can be a result. By doing what? By leading the end-to-end development, including market research, design, and user experience optimization. To do what? To create a seamless travel planning tools for users. This is the context. Now I know you might be wondering, how will I create this from this? It's a little, difficult. So what I will do for you is, when I will send this deck to you, I will also include a Gen AI prompt for you to create such points. However, please be wary that the numbers that they include and the thing that they say might not be the things that you've actually done. So you have to make sure that you write it down for them what you actually did, and whatever the points that they give you, you actually check it by yourself to make sure that it's actually legible and actually true. Okay? Are we good? Give me a thumbs up so that we can go to the next section. I've gotten a few. I'm okay. Okay. So we have talked about this, but just a basic hygiene check on your resume. It should have a reverse chronological order. Like the latest thing has to come above. So for example, we were talking with somebody who has become a senior engineer, software engineer. So that has to come up over the software engineer work that you've done. It has to be concise and relevant, no long stories. Highlight achievement and impact using quantifiable data. We'll start with power verbs. Use a ATS-friendly format. I'll give you the format. We have to tailor our resume. We'll talk about this. We have to proofread it, no grammatical errors. Then lastly, we also have to optimize our LinkedIn, which is the digital resume we have. After a few slides, we'll talk about how to optimize your LinkedIn as well. Then we move on to talk about what should be not be done. We've talked still, we've already talked about this, but a quick recollection. We will not use jargons or overly technical knowledge. We will not lie on the resume. We will not make it too long. We know for every 10 years, we get one pager of the resume. We will not neglect customizing or tailoring our resume because the ATS will reject our resume. We will not include irrelevant information like usually hobbies we don't add until and unless it's very, very important. Do not use a very generic template. Generic template, I meant to say Canva and everything. I'll give you the format that you have to use. We will not rely on solely job duties because we will make sure to include the impact that it has created. We will make sure it doesn't have any spellings or grammatical errors. Irrelevant information, any old email, cool boy 53, angel priya 17 doesn't really work. We will not overlook formatability and readability. So basic, if you or if we have the majority population that worked in corporate knows we have to use a standard format of reading the resume. Then we do not add our photographs. Honestly, it doesn't pass ATS also in my personal opinion, it might also cast some biases that you might not want the recruiter to do. Do you have any specific resume related questions or anything of that sort? Yeah, Altaf, please go ahead.
How cover letter is important and how is created cover letter?
ठीक है, इसमें देखो, the point is this cover letter is good to have situation. Not all of the companies ask it, but it's basically telling how you're a good fit for the job. So it has to show that these are the skills that the job description needs, and this is what I have. So some of the companies might ask it, so it's good to have it in handy. Okay.
Okay.
Part, please go ahead.
Yeah. So Palak, for example, I have switched certain jobs. Means I have switched from 4 to 5 companies. So should I mention all the companies in the resume, or should I mention the latest ones?
See, if first of all you have to mention all of them, the only thing you can do, how much work experience do you have total?
11 years of experience.
11 years of experience. So for 11 years, see, you have already 2 pages to your resume, right? So make sure you mention everything. But so what we'll do here is that for every job description, every job that we have done, we have 4 to 5 points for the relevant ones, 1 to 2 points for not that much relevant jobs that you have done.
So we should maintain. We should mention all the companies which I worked upon, and make sure that it won't go beyond the 2 page.
Yeah. Anything that is missing in the resume, add it on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Krishna, I'll see if I have any cover letter format. I'll share. Career gap. Okay, so this is a wage. Okay, for 2.5 years, if it was a education break, career break, sabbatical, medical break, so you can mention it in one line there. That took a sabbatical for this many years. I will share the format for that as well. Shubham, can you please note 3-4 things that I have to give it to you, or I'll might get lost.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Honey, should we build new resume which align to a particular job description to a particular job, or we combine the 4 then tailor? Honey, I usually prefer combining 3 to 4, having a master resume, and then when I'm applying to each, just switch the keyword section, and it has worked wonders for me and a lot of people that I've worked with. So maybe try that. Sunil, 90 days notice period. I think the best thing to do in that case is that I also had 90 days notice period. So what I did was that I told them that, on, Naukri and LinkedIn, you mentioned 30 days or less. And when the recruiter called you up and asks, what is the notice period you have, you say I have 90 days, but it can be negotiated. Once you reach the final level, you get selected. Usually they have invested so much time and money and effort with you that they will be okay with either 90 days or maybe there or are sometimes okay with buying you out from your notice period as well. Should we mention check if you have less than a year of gap? Do not mention it. Switch keyword section. What? So basically, honey, you have the keywords in your resume, right? So if your job description demands you to know SQL, Java, Python, and you haven't mentioned it in the key skill section, keyword section, make sure to add it in the key skill section. Got it? Okay, cool. So now I have to see how much I've taught you, how much you've understood from this little interaction that we have had. So we have two resumes here. We have Samay Jain and we have Hamdugo. Who do you think the recruiter would like to, call for a shortlist? I just need a hands up, okay? Who do you think would give Sam Dugo the job? Put your hands up if you want to hire Sam Dugo. Just want to see how many people we have. So, Chetan, check, you want to take Hamdugo? Left, okay. And how many people want to hire Samay Jain? Okay. We have a lot of job offers for Samay. Cool. Okay, so I think we have gotten a little idea around how the resume should look like. So yes, we should not have photos, this all the drama of the icons and everything and such a mixture of colors. It should look like a professional formal document which talks about your roles and responsibilities and your achievements, not just what your duties are. And yes, it should, if the one pager, you have to make sure you utilize the one pager very, very carefully. Now, moving on to having quick steps for your LinkedIn. See, we should have a professional photo. We should have a background or a cover photo. We should have a bio and a headline in detail. And in the About Me section, you'll also have, 5 key skills that should also be there. Any awards and experience should be there. And your featured section should also have some stuff in it. Okay, so before I move on to actually show you what a good profile should look like, I will also give you this deck also have some GenAI prompts to make sure to help you write your LinkedIn profile a little better. Then again, take it with a little bit pinch of salt. You'll have to do the work, a little work yourself as well, but that might be a good starting point. Before I move on to actually show you what a good LinkedIn profile looks like, we have Saurav. Do you have any question?
Yeah, Saurav is having one question that he's having he's done BCom, but
Yeah.
interested in CS and did MCA 4 year. So after BCom honors, as of now, like he's having 1.2 year of experience, okay, as a web application. So he's saying that should I like mention everything there in that resume, or should I go with that web application only? So he's not getting a calls as well.
So what is the job, the target job that you are planning to apply for? You have web development experience, I see, but you want to do what experience? What is the target job role that you have?
Software developer or something.
So see, now a good starting point when we are doing such job search is that it's a little bit of switch, right? So what you need to do is that then again, go to LinkedIn, collect 4-5 software developer or any similar roles job description from LinkedIn. Now you have 4 to 5 roles. I would urge you to read it and see what their day-to-day looks like, what are the various jobs that they're doing, what are the key skills that are mentioned in the job description. Now you know that this is what the recruiters are looking at. Now you go back to your resume, back to the work that you have done and see what are the similar kind of work that I have done in that domain. So for example, let's say maybe when you were doing a web application developer, maybe the software developer wants you to have a specific Specific language mastery. Maybe you have not done the mastery, but you've done the certification in that regard, or maybe you've done a project in your college in that regard. So I will make sure that to put it there in my resume. So there is some relevant experience that I have, or some keyword match from the job description to my resume. So after doing that, and now we have a master resume, right? Then when I'm applying to a specific job, I will make sure that I am putting the keywords in the key skill section, so there is a good match and I'm able to get past ATS and get those calls. Okay, Chetan, please go ahead.
After mentioning these skills in key section in a resume, should you have to mention in the LinkedIn bio as well, or is it okay if you do not mention them?
See, I'll tell you the LinkedIn wala part. I'm coming to it, but this is important. If you skip, if there is not a lot of match between your LinkedIn and your resume, the recruiter might see it as a mismatch. So LinkedIn should have each and everything. LinkedIn is your, so LinkedIn doesn't have a limit, right? That that has to be one pager only. It has to have only 5 skills. It doesn't have those limitations. So you write everything on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Okay, now I would quickly want to show you what a good LinkedIn profile looks like. And what are the various things that we would want to do in our LinkedIn. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Yes, it is. So see, we will have a good cover picture. We will have a professional photo. We will have a good headline, which has all the keywords that are required. Then here going to open to, you will, if you're finding a new job, go to all the job titles, location, a notice period also. Here I would personally either apply immediately available or 15 days or less. Here I am actively applying, looking for full-time roles. Here is the key now. You don't have to put it for all LinkedIn members, always and always put for recruiters. Firstly, it will not show it to your company's recruiters. Secondly, for every person you reach out to, it's just doesn't show you as, so nobody wants a very, very active applicant also. People want people who are passively looking for jobs and are not that active. So we will just put it as recruiters only. Okay. Then you will move on to the about me section. You will write at least 200 to 300 words minimum. Then you will add the 4 to 5 top skills that you have. Then you will add your featured section. For the featured section, it is important to highlight any certifications you have done, any achievements you have got in a post you have made about that achievement. All of that has to come in your featured section. Then we will go down. For all the experience that you have done, you will write the experience. You will add the skills that you've used at an experience. So for example, if somebody is hiring for a change management consultant and they want to see, if I have those skills or not. So what they will do is they will put Control F. They will look for, let's say we do a stakeholder analysis. So they will write stakeholder analysis. So they will get at least 4 matches in my profile. This will show them that what they need is already there on my profile. So to write a little bit of more detail around in your work experience section will give you better chances of the recruiter reaching out to you. Then education should be there. Any licenses and certification, any volunteering work that you have done, any skills that you have added, and if you can get it endorsed by people, good to go. Then recommendations from people you've worked with or you're working with, or any maybe college professor or something like that could be a little very helpful on LinkedIn. Any honors and awards also should be mentioned on your LinkedIn. So all in all, it should look like a fulfilled LinkedIn profile. And all of these will help you. Make sure you always have a lot of connections and followers also. You can start sending out people messages also and requests also. I'll give you a format in which you can send out people requests as well, which increases your chances to get accepted. But this is how a LinkedIn profile should look like. I know somebody mentioned that how often do you need to post on LinkedIn. So, in my opinion, I would say it depends upon what you are aiming for. If you're just an applicant who wants to be noticed and you are then, planning to get noticed, maybe if you're a content creator, post almost daily. If you're not, just posting to get maybe noticed, maybe twice a month is more than enough. Now, I'm looking at the chat if we have any questions. Yeah, we already had those prompts. I'll give it to you. Uh, Honey, how to build resume quick anyway or on a autopilot tool that can help? Honey, see, you can build a quick resume, but if that resume then doesn't give you the calls, then you can't blame the resume or anybody else because you did not put at that much.
We lost you, Palak. Hello?
Yeah, so my thing is disconnected again.
Ah, right. Yeah, she's going. Yeah.
I am so sorry. I don't know why this is happening today.
Yeah. So we were discussing about the honey, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, Honey, let's say, so I am a person, okay? I am a tech person. I'm not, I give me a minute. I'll just change my network and I'll be there. Give me a second, just a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. Okay, so yes, Sophie might think, as tech folks that, resume and LinkedIn is such a waste of time. We are most looking for jobs and we are already giving so much time in actually applying for those jobs. So why is it important? See, this is the first step to everything. If you do not put in that time and effort to create your resume and you know, to make that effort to make sure that it goes smoothly, then after that we can't complain that it is not going through. We are applying for so many jobs. A good resume can actually cut down on the effort of applying to 1,000 jobs and getting no shortlist. So I think if you put in that effort to create the resume and LinkedIn, you would be better off and you will thank maybe me or Shubham to say that okay, this helped me. Honey, I hope I'm clear now, and I'm so sorry with the network issue. Yes, Alan, even if you mention that a notice period 30 of 90, there could be an initial discussion call from the company. What would ask a notice period? Should we answer about the notice period? Alan, you can always say that it is 90 days, but I have some days pending. I can have a discussion with the management to cut it short to approximately 30 days. However, see, the point is this: most of the consulting firms, most of the technical firms also have a 90 days notice period. So they also know that if they're calling you for our XYZ company, they know that the notice period is already 90 days. So if they're calling you, they're already okay with it. So don't worry about that too much. Yes, Parth, go ahead.
So Palak, you just share your profile. In that, there were two sections: the featured section and there is an awards and honor section. So, what
Yeah.
is the difference between these two?
So featured section could be anything, any post that you have made that you got promoted from X to Z, XYZ. Okay, that can become a featured post. You've gotten some award that you can just add it as an award, but if you make a post about it, if you do a specific certification and you want to highlight it, all of that can come under the featured section.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on. We'll take a little questions, a long few slides we have left. Okay. So networking, you guys know. See, you always and always apply for jobs via LinkedIn, but most of the time you're not getting any shortlist or any callbacks using the easy apply section is because in most of the companies, referrals is one of the best ways to get that job opportunity. Okay, so let's say that you're applying for XYZ job. It's important for you to at least reach out to 5 to 10 people of that particular company to say that, hey, this is the job opening. This is my experience. I would want you to give me a specific referral to this opening. Out of 10, 15 people you reach out, 1 to 2 people is a very high chance that they will reply. But be very, very sure of it. You have good enough connections on LinkedIn to look like an authentic profile. Second, give them the job opening. Okay, give them that this is the particular job opening, this one I want to apply for. No reaching out to them and saying that, I am a software engineer in this is my tech stack, this is something that I want to do you have any openings? They will not go on your behalf and look for jobs. It is very, very important to give them the job opening and say that, yes, this is a job opening, I am qualified for it, please give me a referral. More or less, they will be open to it because if you get selected, they also give a monetary benefit out of this. Come taking time. Honey, how much we should apply? And if you use a single resume to 4 to 5 jobs, you don't think apply will become? Honey, I'm not able to understand the question.
आई मीन जैसे एक सिंगल रिज्यूमे से अगर हम 4-5 जॉब अप्लाई करते हैं, ठीक है, कि इसके भी चेंजेस करते हैं, अब कुछ जॉब भी है, फिर उसके लिए भी हमको अपना रिज्यूम चेंज करना पड़ता है। जैसे मैं अभी ओवरलिप पे कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे हर एक जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन के हिसाब से मैं को मेरा रिज्यूम चेंज करना पड़ता है। तो क्या करना चाहिए? मतलब आपने बोला कि रिज्यूम बना लेते हैं 4-5 जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन को मिला के, फिर हर के हिसाब से मुझे फिर कोई छठी मैंने जॉब देखी, क्योंकि बेसिकली अगर मैं अप्लाई करने जाऊंगा तो 20-30 तो अप्लाई करूंगा इसी बेसिकली डले। तो छठी जॉब के लिए फिर मुझे मेरे को लगता है कि यार रिज्यूमे में ये कमी है, हो सकता है प्रोजेक्ट भी चेंजेस करने पड़े, क्योंकि उसका अलाइन प्रोजेक्ट अलाइन नहीं हो पा रहे हो जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन से। तो ये थोड़ा टाइम टेकिंग हो जाता है और फिर बंदा डिमोटिवेट हो जाता है, क्योंकि अपन अप्लाई करते हैं और फिर कॉल्स नहीं आते। तो
okay, so when we talk about you collecting 4 to 5 job descriptions and then making a master resume, so for example, okay, if the role is same and you collect 4-5 job description to 4-5 companies, you have to make sure that so let's say we have connected one job description which has 10 responsibilities, second job description have 5 responsibilities, third job description has 7 responsibilities. There will be some overlap which will always be there for every job you apply for. You have to make sure that those are always there. That is why we have 5 different job descriptions. Then there are some which are very specific to that company. For that, we will only put things in the key skill section. But if let us say it's your dream company and you would want to make a resume entirely for that, then for me as an applicant, I would make that effort because that is the dream company. But for the rest, I would make sure to collect the initial 4-5 job descriptions in such a way that it's covering most of the roles and responsibilities that there are. Also, in any job description, there are must-have skills, good-to-have skills. So if you have the must-have skills in your resume, then also they will give you a shortlist. Okay, good-to-have skills is, if you write it, it's fine. If you didn't, they don't really mind. But if you have a 70 to 80% match with the job description, you will be good to go. Okay.
Okay, got it. Any platform you can suggest for ATS check?
See, that is why I told you the ATS that the recruiters use is very different than the ATS that you will use, because recruiter is matching your resume according to a single job description. ATS score just gives you a random score that has no implication on to any ATS. But if for your mental satisfaction you want to do that, I think resume worded is there. If you're scoring anything above a 50, 60, you're good. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Now, so we've talked about that, we need referrals. So this is how you will do a cold email. This is my name. I admire your work. I'm exploring roles in your field. Would appreciate 15 minutes to learn about your experience. Thanks. This is something, if you do not have the job ID. If you have the job ID, I will give you specific greeting for that as well. But usually, in my experience, this would not give you that much result. If you just say that this is the job ID and this is how I would want to talk to you. Shubham, remind me, I will send you the cold email templates and the templates to sending specific personalized invite to various people as well. We'll do that as well. Okay.
Sure. I am noting them. Yeah.
Okay. Now, because we're running a little out of time and I would want to answer all of the questions, I would directly want to jump into how to navigate the job search through LinkedIn. I know we have, you all know you've applied through LinkedIn, but I will want to show you a few tips and tips that I have learned during my time. Okay, so just entire screen. Okay. I hope it's visible. Okay, give me a specific job role. Give me a job role anybody wants to do this for. Put it on the chat and me to speak. Just give me a job role quickly.
DevOps engineer.
DevOps engineer. Okay. Okay, so we will write DevOps engineer here. That is search. Is looking at in India. Okay. Now, the only time I am in favor of applying via Easy Apply or directly applying on the portal is within 1 hour of the job being posted. How will we do that? Now you see this. I am pretty sure most of you people might know this, but for those who don't, okay, you go here, you put date posted, you put past 24 hours. You go show result. Okay. Then you go here, you see TPR is equal to R86400. You will click here. You will reduce this to 3600. It means this many seconds are there in an hour. Okay. Then you will enter it. It will show you DevOps role within the past 1 hour in India. So you will see already this has 100 applicants, but this is something that is only 18 minutes older. This has 0 people who have clicked here. So you can have the first mover advantage here. This Cisco opening has only 7 people who have applied in the last 9 minutes. So this is a small hack. You can show that how many people have applied in the last 1 hour. Then let's go back to our original past week DevOps opening. Now, see, if we want to apply and we want to ask for referral, we want to ask for very specific people. If you have Prime, you can see who has posted that opening. But for most of the people who have posted this opening would be an HR person who will not be the hiring person from that team. This is Raja Gopal. He is the HCL hiring team, but this would be the person who is from the HR team. We want to know who is maybe from the actual Java developer team who's actually doing this. Now see the opening name, HCL hiring Java developer. Okay, let me open LinkedIn again. But for this, you will have to have good number of, connections on LinkedIn. You will go to LinkedIn. Okay, you will search Java developer HCL hiring. Okay, then you will go in the post section. Now you have a few people who have posted about this opening. These are the people you might reach out to because these are your exact point of contact. But some of the people just post fake job postings as well. How will you decode if this is the right person or not, right? Now, this person has given their email addresses. They are not asking you to write interested in the comments. They're not asking you to click like and I will review your profile. Okay, they are giving you the email addresses. So these are the email addresses you might want to reach out to because this might be the right people. Apart from that, the people that they have tagged here are also the people you can reach out to. Then again, we have another person who have done, they're posting a similar thing. Now, these are the people you want to reach out to. But let us say we are not able to find any people from, HCL team in the hiring post section because not everybody would post. Then what will you do? Then we will do nothing. We will just remove the hiring word from here. You Java developer HCL. We will go to the people section here. Okay, now the hiring position was Java developer. So either you want to look for a Java developer or you want to look for a senior Java developer or somebody maybe who's at a managerial level because those people would be responsible for hiring in that particular domain. Now this person might be in the team because we want referral from somebody who's already working in the team because they will either know the hiring manager or will be able to assess you properly that if they would want to give you a referral or not. Now this person is senior software engineer who's also have something in Java. So you reach out to this person, you send a connection invite. Now you will not send a connection invite randomly here. You will put connect, you will add a note. Okay, I will give you what note to add with the job ID. You can send it to them and that would increase your chances dramatically to hear back from them and to get a referral as well. Okay, now these are the two methods. The third method is sometimes people are just hiring and not put it in, the LinkedIn job section. So we will just write Java developer hiring. And then we will again go to the post section. We will see for the past week. So this is the role. This is the person who you can also get a hiring manager from here. Some of the roles that have been posted. Let us look at the past 24 hours also. Sometimes, so this is somebody who might not have posted directly on LinkedIn jobs as well. Now, DM with the following details. This person might also be legit because she is already working there and she has asked for the following details. Okay, we have some hand raised. Can the people go one by one? I have to switch screens otherwise.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
My name is Jagdish. I want to discuss my situation here. Okay, 2016 I completed diploma. After that, there is some gap, education gap in between that. 2021 I started working, and it's been in 2025. I'm having 5 years of experience. Okay, first year was technical support, so it is a technical, and overall 5 years experience is technical as a network engineer. Okay, but side by side, I completed my graduation from 22 to 25 now, BEIT. Okay, so how I can showcase these like parallel things, education also and the experience, and how we can put it up in front of HS. This is my concern. And second thing is like when I was in Wipro, there is a due some like the situation kind of situation was that, so there is a abscond, okay, from my side. But after that, I paid the amount. I have the clear out, and I have the documentation also relieving later. But there is a overlap. The next company I joined, the current company is Movet, and there is a gap of like two months of overlap on that. Okay, so this situation, how I can put it up, because I got selected for one company, and I'm just waiting for the HR discussion now. And how I can ask the raise also for
Okay.
maximum raise.
Okay, so few questions here. So talking about your experience, put whatever experience you have in reverse chronological order in the experience section, whatever education you have in the reverse chronological order in the education section. You don't need to worry about what dates and everything. They will figure it out on their own if this is a problem for them or not. Usually it's not. Okay. Secondly, coming to your fact for your overlap period. So were you working in both the companies together, or what was the situation then?
No, I was not working in Wipro. But I don't know how did they mark, like how the
What
company
was
was, right?
did you was your notice period, they let you go a little earlier before the notice period ended?
No. The notice period I served already, okay, for 3 months. But one day before, since I did not have next opportunity, I just thought. And again, I asked for the early release, but they were not ready for that.
Got
So
it,
I
got it, got it,
just, yeah, left out.
got it. So what you need to do is you need to have two proofs. One, you get the manager or any HR from the previous company to give you an email in proof that what was your last working day and when was all your access of the previous company removed. Okay.
I have relieving later. After that, like I paid the amount. The admin team got in touch with me. I submitted
The
the
relieving
assets.
letter you are saying, right? It's 2 months,
Mhm.
dated 2 months later, right?
Yeah, yes.
Have a separate email with these
Okay,
details mentioned, that what was your last working day, when was your access removed. Once you have those things, if the next company's background verification team gets in touch with you, because see, once they've hired you, they've made that much effort. Okay.
okay.
And once you have it as a proof in your email whether that your access was removed in that day and that was your last working day, no matter what is the relieving letter the next company gives, if you have these two proofs, you will be good to go.
Okay. And again, one more question. I'll just repeat that. I got selected for the company, but still I'm looking for the HR discussion. It's been like more than a month now. I already had like a suggestion from Subham. Just wait for some time, because usually it happens when 90 days notice period is there. So company waits, and at the end of your notice, they'll get in touch with you for further communications. This is one concern, and how I can get the maximum increase, right? Raise.
So you're
Uh,
asking how will you negotiate for your salary at that point of time?
Maximum, correct, right?
Okay. So honestly, the Greece, it's a separate topic that I usually take for sessions altogether. But to give you a gist of it, try to not quote any numbers. Just try to get, so they already had a budget allocated for their role. Try to get the budget in picture. If they keep on asking you, just say market standards, and then see, if you're not getting a good 30-40% hike, then they're not giving you market standard, to be very honest. Okay. So you have to keep assessing, keep pressurizing on the fact that I want industry standards, and then let pressurize them to give you a number first. But if they come up to you and say that we want a number, you give a number that is of minimum 50% increase.
Okay.
Because
Mhm.
if you do not give a 50% increase, if you give a 30% increase, you lowballing yourself, and then they will obviously not agree to it. They will want a little lesser amount from you. Then you will end up with, let's say, a 20 to 25% hike at max.
How much I can expect my current pay, suppose
30 40 30 on your fixed 30-40% should be an ideal hike.
On my fixed. Okay.
Yes, on your fixed. The negotiation always happens on the fixed.
Okay. Correct. So
Okay.
with 5 years of experience, and my current experience is the tax experience, which is in market, it is somewhat like valuable effort. So tax works always on troubleshooting cases and deployment cases most of the times. They are
You mentioned
having,
that.
sorry, yeah, I have
You
mentioned
mentioned that.
that.
Huh.
Yeah, in HR discussion also I'll mention that. But what can I expect any number in between that, like having good experience? And also I have done my ECMA global certification also, which is in wireless, Aruba
See,
wireless.
you can also look at what the, sometimes we are already, we start off with somebody who is not being paid that much, right? You can always look at, I think Michael Page has this report which talks about salary trends, okay, with various job roles and various years of work experience. You can look at that, you can refer them, and you can quote the same to them as well, that this is the standard. You can check ambition box as well. It has company wise a ballpark figure of what they usually offer to their employees. You can use that as well. Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll
Yes,
lodge
Sunil,
this.
please
Yeah.
go ahead.
So in my offer letter, right, when I joined the company, I have like a fixed bonus kind of a thing. So like I'm getting it for like past 3 years, like around 10%. So that will also be considered as my package, or how is it?
The recruiter would always and always negotiate it on your fixed part.
Okay,
That
because
is,
in my
that is
offer letter it is mentioned, and I have all my 3 bonus letter and all the 3 hike letters also with me.
I get it. See, I am a recruiter. I would want myself to have the if I'm hiring somebody, I'm costing something to the company. I would want that cost to be the least. So why, if it's not mentioned in the fixed component of your CTC, why would I consider that as fixed? It would backfire on me. You can
Okay.
negotiate. You can fight with them. I am not saying don't fight, but I am telling you that they will not consider it.
Okay, like while applying, can I mention like this additional 10% as my fixed and then negotiate, then
You are,
start for searching?
see, write whatever you want to write.
Okay.
Okay. Once they ask for you, they will say that, sir, ki, this is not the fix. Then you say, no, for my company, this was considered fixed. You have a huge argument with them. No, not a problem. I think you should have that argument. But I am telling you that they will not consider it.
Okay.
But if you're lucky, if your luck is going the right way, maybe you are such a valuable resource, maybe you'll get it. Who knows? But don't lowball yourself.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So this is the last slide, guys, and then I will take your individual questions. We have already talked about these. Okay. You can we use Naukri. While you're using Naukri, make sure to update your profile. Make any small change. Maybe add a full stop, remove a full stop from the heading, do anything. But make sure you update it. Make that one small change every week, so that whenever a recruiter is looking for Java or DevOps roles, your name comes on top as recently active. Okay. So that would always give you a little edge. Also, you can always use Google to do your job search. So if you're using Java DevOps role in India with the past 24 hours, it will combine all the postings across all the job search channels, and you will get maybe some of the jobs portal that are used the less, but it will give you, some of the openings that were hidden or something that were directly on the company portal as well. So that might also be useful to you. Then open to work, we've talked about sometimes engaging with posts and maybe being active on a few LinkedIn communities here and there, specifically. Yeah, Sunil, I'll show it to you. Recruiter engagement as well. We've talked about this. Job search, advanced filters, we have talked about this. Okay. So then I have these 2 slides for you. I'll send it to you. Nothing. It's just AI prompts to use to optimize your LinkedIn profile. I'll send it to you. Look at it at your own time. That's good. Then we are done. Okay. I will now take up your questions. But before that, I will show you the quick demo that I promised Sunil that I will show. So let's quickly do that. Okay, let me know if a screen is visible. Okay, we have a new tab. We see Java DevOps. Hiring. Okay, you have a job portal here as well. You click on that. You go to date posted. Last week, we will do last week. So here you have Job Rapid also, some Jobble also, Recruiter Net also. These may be not, visible on LinkedIn or Naukri, but these are some extra places you can do. So if you don't want to apply using these portals, so HCL software have app scan product senior DevOps engineers. You can directly go to HCL's company ID, reach out to people on LinkedIn for a referral, or directly apply via their company site as well. Okay, so this was, I think, very easy ones. You can filter any type, you can filter remote, non-remote as well. So this was a quick demo for that as well. Now, Chetan, which PDF are you referring to?
Which you are showing to us.
Deck.
Yes.
PPT, right? Yeah, sure.
PPT.
Okay, now since we have come to the end, it's been 1.5 hours I'm speaking to you. If you have any questions, thank
We lost you, Palak, once again.
Yes, if you have any questions, feel free to put your hand up and I will answer it as well. And thank you so much for taking out your time. Hope you got anything from this session. Okay, I will give you the template for career gap. Just allow me after the session. I'll have to dig it up from somewhere. Okay, any other question, any other concern that you have, raise your hands, put it in the chat box. Need to add project in CV. Altaf, if you are a fresher, I would want to. If you're not a fresher, it's your wish if you want to add it or not. Okay, it depends upon the kind of space you have in your CV. Harshad, if someone has worked for 2 years, but all of it wasn't an internship, they can still show it as 2 years of experience. No, Harshad, they will not consider this as a work experience. Also, if I mentioned to HR that I have 2 years of work, should I handle questions about code, CT6, notice and other formal documents? See, Harshit, first of all, it will not be considered as an internship because in your relieving letter or experience letter also it was written as an internship, but you can always negotiate with them that even if it was an internship, you have that much experience working with XYZ firm, or maybe in the relieving letter, if you can get the company to write it as a full-time job, maybe you can handle it at that perspective, but more or less it will be considered as an internship.
I applied to this side.
Yes,
So
Harshit.
like I can't write the 2 year of experience in my profile summary.
You will have to see, you can put it under work experience, but when you're writing the role, it has to have the word intern in it.
Okay.
Even on LinkedIn, you will have to mention it because the company from which you are moving out will maybe not write it as an internship. And see, it's when you become a full-time employee, you have PF also. It also goes in your EPFO profile. Your entire work summary comes there. If it's not reflected there, that then will also cause a problem to you.
Okay, understood.
Okay. Any other question, Arshit?
Yeah, like is there any course like if someone call me, recruiter call me, how many years of experience you have, then I can say like I have 2 years of experience, but it is the internship experience. And
You can say that. That's fine.
then
See, they
how to
will
tackle
only
the
use it
questions?
against you. They will use it against you while they are doing the negotiation bit of it. Okay. So there is something that you will have to talk to them a little bit more. But apart from that, they will if you have enough experience, if you're able to answer their questions, while interviewing, they will consider you as somebody who has 2 years of work experience. Okay. Gokul, can we mention our current working experience with clients, client details in resume? Gokul, it's not advisable to name your clients because there is sometimes an NDA that is there in your employment contract or your with the company and the client. So you can talk about. So for example, I worked with a large chemical client in North America. So I will write, worked, did, let's say SAP S4HANA implementation for a large chemical client headquartered in USA. Maybe we'll write it like that. Okay. Sunil, we add our best performance award in LinkedIn. Yes, maybe make a post out of it. Maybe put it in the featured section. All good. Okay, Alan, I think this is something that I would have to discuss with Shubham later on. But if we can, I will definitely do the class for that as well. Yes, Sheikh, go ahead.
So, like, I have experience certificate. So there they mentioned like I joined in January,
Hmm.
but in the trend and section they mentioned like from June 1st to January. So it's a relevant experience from June. I will consider.
I didn't get your question. Can you just repeat it? I got confused.
Like in experience certificate, I have 3 years of experience. Like I have total years of experience 3.1. In experience certificate, they mention from June.
Why did they do that?
Like I don't know. Actually, I started that project from March only, but they mentioned June. So what I should do? Like it's should I go with that relevant uh, like experience, or should I go with overall total years of experience?
See, you will, if this is a mistake that the company made, you can maybe have a conversation with them that why did they do that. If you can maybe, in the experience letter, if they're not agreeing to it, maybe get your manager or somebody you was working with on an email. Okay. Maybe that would help. But see, you will always go with your total experience, but the recruiter will always go with the relevant experience. Okay. Okay. Alan, do we have any portal or tool by which you can generate an ATS-friendly resume? Alan, I will give you the format. Only thing you have to do is write your resume. I will give you the prompts for that as well. But again, you will have to work it out on your own time. Okay. Could you please share a draft of the email I can send to the HR team? Altaf, basically, it's the cover letter. I write cover letters, but there is not a specific format for that, to be very honest. Okay. Any other question? Anything else?
So, like for a career transformation from one field to another, like I'm working as a network engineer, and right now I'm going to as an being a DevOps engineer. So, what is the professional summary for that? I will just mention the DevOps part or just the networking part.
I didn't get your question. Can you repeat it once?
Career transformation from one field to another. So, what will be the professional summary for that?
See, I told you, right? You will always go a passionate person having this much experience. Now, if you, it's not a relevant experience, so we'll not write experience in what? Okay. Hardworking person with this much years of work experience, passionate towards XYZ, having skills like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all those 5 skills would be the skills for the target domain. Okay, you will not mention anywhere that you had experience somewhere else, at least in the professional summary that you have. Okay.
So we need to correlate this with
it has to be a little tactical.
Yeah, got your point.
Okay, any other question? Guys, are we good? Give me a thumbs up of everybody whose questions have been answered and have no anything else that they want answered. Okay, I think Shubham, we are good.
Okay, then thank you so much, Palak, for that. Okay. So I think I have shared you the couple of details, okay, cover letter and all, like a couple of things they have asked, a cold email and all, okay. So whenever you have time now, you can share with me, okay. I will share with them and I will add them, okay.
Sure.
And
Cover
also, guys,
letter I don't have. Apart from that, everything else I already have. And
okay, I will share the cover letter with them. No problem.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay,
Great.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, guys.
thank you so much, everybody, for taking out the time. Shubham, thanks for having me, and it was great interacting with you all. And I hope you got something out of the session, and at least one thing you learned. Yeah, Shubham, go ahead.
Yeah, it was amazing session. Like basically like what exactly the guys are looking for, like how exactly you have to update the LinkedIn, how like most problem was that like how to find the job, right? So that was the main thing which I was looking for. It was amazing, like you tell them like how exactly you can do and all. And rest I think we'll share the resume part, and I think like it comes up like definitely I will get in touch with you. And Moran was like Alan mentioned that a couple of session they need for this negotiation part. So we'll see like if anything we can plan uh in coming week. Okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Take care.
Have a nice day.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you, Palak.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Palak.
Thank you.